So if you've been shopping for a pool robotic cleaner, you probably noticed a trend. Almost every new model is a cordless unit, and don't get me wrong, cordless robotic cleaners are convenient, but they also come with one major downside. That's rechargeable batteries. You will have to recharge them after every cleaning cycle, and if you have a larger pool, you're always wondering, will it finish before your batteries die? So this is where the Bubot 800P Gen2 takes a different approach. Now this is a wired robotic pool cleaner, which means continuous power, unlimited runtime, and no waiting for hours of recharge. So just plug it in, drop it in the pool, and let it go to work. On top of that, it also has AI powered navigation, smart app control, powerful suction, wall climbing, waterline cleaning, and automatic self-parking. So today we're going to quickly unbox it, set it up, put it through its paces, and find out if a wired pool robotic cleaner is actually a smarter choice. So we're going to jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. So first thing in the box is going to be the instruction manual, and it's going to be in a nice envelope. Definitely worth taking a read, especially if you're new to robot cleaning. Next, we're going to have a quick start guide. This is going to be the huge paper that we see here. If you don't have enough time to read the full manual, this will get you up and running in no time. Next thing is going to be the floating cable that connects the robot to the control unit. This is going to be impressive. It does have a smooth rotation connection, so this is going to allow the robot to spin 360 degrees. Of course, going to reduce tangle and give the robot more room to move freely. We're going to have a couple buoyant sponges with 2M tape. I'm guessing these can be added to the robot if needed, but just to let you guys know, I have been using this robot. I haven't noticed any issues or any need for it. There's also a lanyard where you can connect it to the control box if you need to have it secured. Next is going to be the control box. Of course, this is going to connect directly to the robot. Then the box itself is going to plug into the wall. I'll go over the buttons as well as the controls here in a second. And the last thing we're going to have here is the robot itself. Now, first thing I noticed is this has a huge carrying handle. This helps with the movement of the robot in the water, climbing walls. Also makes it easier just to carry the robot around. Now, taking a closer look at the device itself, the Bubot 800P Gen2 uses 4 active scrubbing brushes to loosen dirt, algae, debris before vacuuming everything into the basket. Underneath, you'll have 2 large suction ports capable of moving an impressive 3,566 gallons of water per hour, which is a huge amount. The power for this suction comes from a 150-watt 3-axis motor system paired with Bubot's Bluehole tech, delivering a strong, consistent cleaning performance. As far as the filtration, this uses a dual filtration basket with 2 3-liter baskets, give you a 6-liter capacity or 1.5 gallon. Now, these filters are also rated at 180 microns, which is fine enough to capture everyday pool debris like sand, hair, leaves, small twigs, and anything else that can or can't be seen with the naked eye. Now, if you look at the front of the robot, there's also a simple LED status light that lets you know what your robot is doing at a glance. So blue light means that it's operating normally, yellow light indicates that it's parking near the pool wall, and if you ever see a red light, that means that the robot has detected a fault and needs your attention. So the controls on this are pretty basic, but it still gets the job done. So big power button right here. You do have the mode as well as the time button, and you can see as far as modes, you can clean all, you can clean wall, or you can clean floor. For the timing, you have a 2-hour, 3-hour, and a 4-hour mode. So pretty straightforward to switch between them. So just press the mode button, you can see it goes to wall, goes to floor, and now it's back to all. Same thing for the time. You can have a 2-hour clean, 3-hour clean, 4-hour clean. But when you get into the application, this gives you a lot more options. Now, the Bubot gives you complete control via the smart application. Now, from the phone, you can monitor the robot in real time. You can check its cleaning status, view the progress, select different cleaning modes, start and stop cleaning. You can schedule your cleaning, which is another great feature. Because this has continuous power, you can leave it in the pool and you can schedule when you want it to clean. So you can see you have different options there. It's definitely nice to have traditional reliability from a corded robot with smart home convenience to be able to control this from the application. So let's jump into some of the core features of this cleaning. So one feature that most impressed me was testing Bubot's Bluesonic Path Intelligent AI Mapping. Now, instead of bouncing around randomly like other pool robots, it creates a much more efficient cleaning pattern. The result is better coverage, less overlap, faster cleaning, and more efficient navigation. So watching it move through the pools, it feels like it's doing this deliberately. It's not just randomly hitting corners. It's doing an S pattern back and forth. So with the cleaning and mapping, you can actually see it planning its route rather than simply reacting to obstacles. Cleaning the floor is only part of the job, but Bubot also provides 4-in-1 full coverage cleaning, which means that it definitely cleans the floor, and it also cleans the walls, clean the water lines, and overall does a great job removing debris from the pool, which we'll get into here in a little bit. One of the features that really helps this is early detection climbing. Now, using ultrasonic sensors, the robot detects walls before reaching them and prepares itself for a smoother climbing. So instead of making multiple attempts, it transitions much more efficiently. Now, once it reaches the top, it thoroughly cleans the water line. One of the areas where sunscreen, oils, dirt, pollen, and other buildup always stays, so this can save you a lot of time and effort not having to brush these areas. Another nice feature is intelligent obstacle detection. Now, the onboard sensors help it recognize shallow areas, drains, and obstacles so it can continue cleaning instead of getting stuck. Now, navigation throughout my testing was very smooth and consistent. When the cleaning cycle is finished, the robot automatically parks itself near the pool wall, making retrieval very easy. And also within the application, when you want to bring the pool to the top, there is an option within the app where it will dock itself at the water line, which makes it easier for you to grab. Definitely a must-have. I noticed that this cleaner did not come with a hook. The reason behind that is that it's built in. The smart technology allows it to hover at the water line when you're ready to pull it out. Of course, for this robot, I need to put it to the test. So you can see on the floor of my pool, I added wires, I added rocks, I added debris, dirt, and really wanted to see how it will do just picking up obstacles off the floor. So you can see it does make its paces back and forth until everything is all gone. So everything for me ended up in the basket. The wall climbing was reliable, the AI navigation felt efficient, the app worked exactly as I expected, and honestly, one of my favorite parts is never have to think about charging it. Whenever I wanted to clean my pool, it's already plugged in for the most part. I just hit the button on the controller, or I went to the app and just set the schedule that I want. So there's also built-in remote control within the application, and this is a great option if you want to do something like spot cleaning or just to get to certain areas where you just want to do a quick clean, and this comes in really handy. So you can see I was able to connect to it via my phone. On the phone, I was then presented with a joystick where I can go ahead and move the robot around as needed, and you can see it work really well. Like I said, this is ideal for someone who's just trying to do some quick cleaning, spot cleaning, or just get in and out of certain areas in your pool. I think this is a great addition as well. So one of my favorite parts about these videos is just doing a reveal of how well it cleaned up all the debris off the floor. So yes, obviously we can see that it picked up the bigger debris, so you can see the cut up wires, you can see the rocks, you can also see the dirt that I put there to test with. But also one thing that I'm always impressed with is the fine particles, the sand that you really don't see. This did a great job picking all of the debris up, and the fact that it has 2 baskets, it just gives you a lot more capacity, especially if you have a pool that's not screened in and you have more debris that you need to pick up. So after it's collected everything, remove both baskets, spray it out with the garden hose, put them back in the cleaner, and you're ready to go again. So is the Bubot 800P Gen2 worth it? After spending time with it, I think Bubot made a smart decision here. Instead of chasing the cordless trend that a lot of robot manufacturers are going with, they focus on something many pool owners actually care about, and that's dependability. The advantage is pretty simple. Continuous power, no charging, no battery anxiety, no wondering if it will finish cleaning your pool. So question a lot of folks are going to ask is, what about the cable? Does it get tangled? And honestly, I haven't had any tangles during my testing. Cord itself is made of a buoyant rubber-like exterior which keep the wires away from the robot itself. And tested 10 cycles, 11 cycles, didn't have a single tangle. The design of the cord with the robot and just the location just makes it ideal where I didn't have that issue. Now on top of everything that I just mentioned, adding the 450 watt 3-axis motor, the Bluehole technology, 3,566 gallons per hour suction, Bluesonic path, AI mapping, 4 active brushes, wall and waterline cleaning, smart application control, and automatic self-parking, and you end up with the robot cleaner that's built to deliver consistent results every time. So if you're looking for a pool cleaner they can simply plug and play, trust, rely on, the Bubot 800P Gen2 is definitely one that's worth considering. So definitely leave a link in the description where you can go ahead and check it out, along with any coupon codes that might be available at time of this video. So in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are of wireless pool robot cleaners versus wired. Let me know which one you would lean towards if you're in the market for a cleaner. Of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.